Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Alexios here. It is Tuesday, and we have had 2 days off, so we are doing trivia today. It's been a little while. It's been about a month, and I know that Raymond was wanting some trivia soon. Well, we're getting it today, and there will be another week of Tuesday trivia coming up soon next month, also early in February. So be ready for that one also. Hopefully you guys are here. Just a reminder, this is what we're playing for with this trivia. This is a Vince Carter bobblehead. It's a little bit of a knockoff. Not officially made by the Raptors or the NBA. Mr. Big made this, the chocolate bar company. And he's in a weird yellow jersey, and he looks a bit like Shaq. But yeah, that's what the trivia champion will win at the end of this season. So y'all are playing for something. This isn't frivolous trivia. This isn't trivia that doesn't mean nothing. You get something. So yeah, it's a bobblehead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Logical Raptors fanatic. Good to see you, Mike. Salute the real ones. Project Truth always. Thank you, Mike, for a great drop this weekend on the offense. Very good stuff. And Mike, I seen your comments yesterday. I appreciate you coming in, even though you weren't live. That's fine, man. Catch up with me later. You like my Pizza Hut analogy? Yeah, I liked it too. I thought it was a pretty good one. It just popped into my head at that moment. That was my first job, Pizza Hut. All right, let me just go over some news and notes and general stuff before we get into the trivia, because I like to give some the people time to filter in and be here so we get enough people playing. I want to recognize and give a big shout out, and this is the big news of this morning in Raptor world. There's not a whole lot of news. DeMar DeRozan played his 1,000th game in the NBA yesterday, and I am so proud of you, DeMar. You're a huge part of our history as a franchise here, and a lot of those 1,000 games were in a jersey here in Toronto. And we are so proud of you, DeMar. Your accolades are celebrated by the Toronto Raptors fan base always and forever. And I am so proud of you, DeMar. You are one of the greatest Raptors of all time, and I will celebrate your 1,000 games, whether you like Masai Ujiri or not. But yeah, you just had to recognize this. Now, general news and notes around the NBA, there really was pretty quiet around Raptors world yesterday. Not a whole lot going on, but there was a trade in the NBA yesterday. Rui Hachimura got traded to the Lakers for Kendrick Nunn yesterday. It's interesting. This is the first big trade of the trade season. Well, we weren't the first domino, Michael Grange. Rui Hachimura was. And I think this is a good deal for the Lakers. They needed stuff to help them. And I think that he's something different than what they got. So we'll have to see how this works out, this deal. You know, it seems like the Lakers and Wizards do a lot of deals these days, the last couple of years. And some of them have been kind of silly. Russell Westbrook. But anyway, yeah, there's some general news and notes. Not really a whole lot to talk about. As I said, the Raptors are just kind of on a rest day yesterday and maybe doing a practice at OVO. There was no practice interviews. And then also, you know, they're traveling today. So there wasn't really a whole lot of news or anything. I mean, as Monique said yesterday, there is a documentary coming out about Chris Boucher's life very soon. That's exciting. It's going to be out on Crave and it's a couple other places. I think it's on TV, a certain channel too. So yeah, we're going to have to be ready for this Chris Boucher documentary dropping this week. So that's cool. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. I would like us to get Thomas Bryant. Always felt like he's a Raptors type player. Ooh, I like this statement. And you know what? This makes so much sense. Cool Cat, this really does, because he is a center. He can run the floor. Now, can he shoot free throws well? I don't know. I don't remember. I think he's okay at it. You know what? He spent so much time running with the Raptors at Rico Hines this last summer that I'm sure he's very familiar with our team and our players, and he would fit right in. I think he would enjoy playing with Siakam and the guys because he played with them a lot in August this past year. So yeah, I like Thomas Bryant too. He's an agile big man, and he looks like he could fit our scheme really well without sacrificing speed. And that's the kind of thing that I like about him. Ooh, that's not a bad pick. Now, a lot of people, like, you know, Summer Lowe yesterday said, "Oh, I don't want Jakob Poeltl." And you know what? I more I think about what she said, it kind of makes sense. And I'm hearing it in other places. People are saying the free throws percentage And the lack of outside shooting is really limits him in some ways. As strong as he is as a defensive center and rebounding and all this other stuff, he does have weaknesses that can be capitalized by other teams. So the alternative that everybody's saying, well, the guy who doesn't have the weaknesses like this and that may be available is of the Indiana Pacers, Miles Turner. And you know what? I like that too. There's a couple of different names around right now that they're talking about. Now, another thing that's interesting that a lot of the media is putting out right now is that there's a lot of people saying that they don't think we want to trade Gary at this point. That's so funny. They're saying, well, the Raptors did seem like they were going to trade him, but now it seems like, listen, Gary, you played so well this year that you've almost made yourself indispensable. That the Raptors at some point right now are thinking, you know what, we can't trade Gary Trent Jr. He's just playing too good and he fits too well and he likes it too much here. And we like him too much here. And at this point, it's getting to the point where, well, let's keep him. And I love like Kenrick coming in last night with the comment saying, you know, Gary's got a Raptors tattoo on his body. This is how committed he is to us. We're wondering about whether Gary's committed to being on the Raptors and playing well and wanting to be here. Well, the man has a Raptors tattoo on his body permanently. So I think he does like being here and that he would like to stay. So I don't know. It's starting to sound like we're getting everything together to keep Gary on our team. And I think that may be the wise move, seeing as he has something that we don't have enough of. And that we get rid of him, we have none of it. And that's not good strategy. So I like some of the new news coming out lately that Gary's kind of out of the trade sites in some ways, and that we're hearing that the Raptors value him and they don't want to move him at this point. So that's very interesting. Tom Duke is here. Good morning. Fans are so fickle. Fred even has more fans laughing at the haters. Good, good. That is right. That's right. Everybody's turned on Fred in the last couple of weeks. You are idiots. Stop turning on Fred. You got to support El Capitan. He's Mr. Raptor to me in some ways. So you need to be more respectful towards Fred, fickle fans. And now people are coming to his defense. Of course, the way he's playing, his play comes to his defense and shuts a lot of these haters up. Oh my gosh. But still too many trade Fred VanVleet fans. Well, he's never going to be able to do anything about his height. And that is always going to make people want people to trade him. It's so stupid. Anyway, all right, let's get going. I'm sure we got some people here. I mean, maybe I could go another 3 minutes of just talking in general about stuff. Let's talk about how about this? We'll talk about the fantasy league for a second. And Tom Duke, I see that you picked up Rui Hachimura this morning after he got traded. Very interesting, Tom. Your strategy of getting a newly traded Rui. Is he going to play a lot in LA? I think he might. And that may be a very smart fantasy move to pick up Hachimura. I don't know how available he is generally in fantasy basketball leagues around Yahoo. But if he is available in your league and you're watching this, you might want to go follow Tom Duke's movement of going to get Rui Hachimura, since he may get a lot of time playing out there for the Lakers. Very cool stuff. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Mike's saying, I checked Twitter, wild crap takes, and everyone liking and agreeing with nonsense. Yeah, I really, on my Twitter now, I really follow just the very established journalists. I was following fan accounts. I was following Raptors fans that are, they Twitter, they're Raptors Twitter, basically. The Raptors Twitter people are very well known, a lot of them, because there's very popular ones. Well, some of them are snarky and they're not really totally fans like we are. They're kind of fans that want to be funny and entertaining on Twitter, but they stab the team and the players in the back just to be funny. And that's why I have no time for Raptors Twitter in a lot of ways at this point. Maybe when we're winning and the snarkiness is about us winning and being badasses, sure, I can go follow these people. But when things are down and having trouble with the team, yeah, they're assholes. And I don't want to read your stupid ass little funny jokes at the expense of our team being in a bad place. So, yeah, I'm with you, Mike. And I very much limited it. I'm basically following Josh Lewenberg, Michael Grange, and the Raptors accounts and stuff like that. I'm not following a lot of people that I was following last year. I have stopped following them because they pissed me off, is what I'll say right there. Yeah. G saying, I'm not a trade talk person, but personally, maybe trade a few bench pieces for second round picks like they did Terrence Davis and build through the draft in the offseason. I mean, I think it's inevitable that we're going to have to make some sort of move this season, some sort of way, whether it is a big move like with Gary or something, or it's a little housekeeping move to make room or allow things to happen in this offseason with big contracts with Gary and Fred. There could be some housekeeping moves, is what it is. And that could be what it is. Tom Duke saying Lakers win that trade. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Kendrick Nunn is an interesting player. I don't know. I haven't seen everything, all the details of it. I just know the two primary players, and I'm sure the Wizards are actually getting more with Nunn. But yeah, Roy's an interesting player. He hasn't really fully blossomed in Washington. We'll have to see if the Lakers really need him. That means he'll get to play way better and way more. Monique is here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, superfan Monique Lawrence. You're here for trivia. And if you have seen who my subject is, I bet you're going to tell me I knew it was going to be Jamal McGlure for the Classic Jurassic Trivia. Well, because the man has been all about in the news lately, getting a technical in the Milwaukee game and just in general being our loud vocal coach on the bench. A little bit of controversy with him these days. So he is in the Classic Jurassic treatment today. That's right. Cool Cat saying Miles Turner might not want to be a role player. He will be behind Pascal, Scotty, OG, and our core. I don't think we're making major moves. Just need support roles. Okay. I don't know. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy that worries about that. I think he just wants to win. I mean, he's been in Indiana for so long. A change of scenery, even if he's in a lesser role, might be a lot of fun for him. And also because there's less responsibility and less pressure. And then also, listen, he's coming to a very good situation here in Toronto, and he would help it a lot. So he would get a lot of gratification from that too, even if he's not one of the primary scorers. He could very much be that role player. I think you're wrong on this. He might not want to, as you said, but I think he will. I think it's more likely he will want to be a role player on a high-level playoff team. And right now, the way things have gone with him in Indiana, he's been there for so long that and it's just that the point was like, well, he's been trade bait for like 5 years now. So it's like, this actually happens finally? Woo! And you know what? We got great Lego stores here in Toronto. He'd love coming here to Toronto, I'm sure, because he's a Lego maniac, just like Zach. This guy has crazy big Legos that he builds. He builds like the whole big Death Star out of Legos and stuff. That's Miles Turner's favorite hobby, is building Legos. So yeah, we buy him a bunch of Legos and he'll be fine up here. Trust me. Kareem saying Masai is so low key. You really can't take any of it serious. That's right. And this is the way it should be. Some owners and some GMs get involved with the public and through the press, and they say stuff and they like to toy with them. Well, we ain't talking shit. We're a submarine that is DEFCON 5, way all the way down in the bottom, and they ain't hearing that's the way a team should be run. And they are very smart to run it that way. You can have a dumpster fire break out just from saying something out of pocket and stupid to the press. And so mum's the word, baby. We ain't saying nothing. And y'all ain't getting nothing from us, and you ain't hearing nothing either. Any of these rumors, well, usually there's speculation in the mind of an ESPN writer, and they have nothing to do concretely with anything anybody said around the organization, because we are mum's the word, ain't saying nothing. None and 3 second-round picks. Okay, see that? You got some second-round picks for Roy Hashimura. So, all right, we'll have to see. Raymond saying, laugh out loud, Roy's all right. I had to let him go in fantasy for a better blocker. There you go. Yeah, see, Raymond had him on his team for a little while. We had to switch him out. All right, I'm going to say no more comments, and then we're going to get right into this trivia. Logical saying, depends on whose seconds those picks are. I know the Lakers had a Wiz second already. Maybe that one went back to the Wiz and other picks. Could be they're reclaiming some of their picks from the Russell Westbrook trade. And that may be good. That may be part of the reason why they did the deal with Washington, is that they wanted to get some of their picks back. Kareem saying, laugh out loud, Jamal McGlure is my boy. His dad and my dad are friends. Okay, well, Kareem, you should clean up today. You should be cleaning up today, Kareem Thomas. on today's trivia because you should know this. In fact, I tested the questions out on Stevie Roots yesterday, and he did very well. A Toronto man like Stevie Roots knows a Toronto man like Jamal McGlure, and he answered a lot of the questions. He got the most questions he's ever gotten in the test run for Classic Jurassic Trivia. Stevie let me test the questions on him. He got 5 right. That's the most he's ever gotten, and that's pretty impressive. Omari, yes, rest in peace, Justin Shepard. I do not have a question related to this tragic death in 2001. And I wasn't even going to mention it, but since Omari has brought it up, yes, we need to mention a family member of Jamal McGlure that was gunned down as a teenager in the ravine just north of Sherburne subway station. Very tragic because he had promised, just like Jamal, to go to the NBA and be a great Canadian Toronto basketball player. But yeah, killed by gun violence in the city. And the murderer of Justin has never, ever been caught. They don't know who did it. Randolph Phillips is saying, good morning, beloved Raptor Freaks. Most informative gang. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm here to be informed, so I'm listening. Yes, Randolph, please enjoy the trivia today. It should be lively and fun. We have not done this in a while. And it's very competitive. I'm sure I am Shanky and David are lurking right now, the leaders of our trivia so far this season. Kareem saying, at Omari, respect, bro. Justin was way better than Jamal. I remember Justin brought a bat to hoop night at TL Kennedy and busted a man later that night. Well, maybe that's the kind of stuff that maybe leads to things like what happened to him. Oh, that's not. I hate to hear that, but I did not know that he was that good. I mean, when I was reading about it yesterday, I was like, wow, this kid was really good. And I did not know you thought he was going to be better than McGlure himself. Wow. All right. Boston Sports is here. What's up, Freakazoids? Hope all is well. Nice win over the Knicks. I'm so mad my Celtics lost again to the Magic. They have our number this season. Yeah, they've got you guys for the season now. They've won three of the games against y'all, so they won the season series. Yeah, that's interesting. I thought it was very interesting to see that Orlando beat the Celtics again last night. Very, very interesting. Appreciate the well wishes. We're about to head out west, and we're going to go see Sacramento tomorrow night in Sacramento. Those late night games around 10 o'clock. Ooh, get ready to stay up late, Raptor fans, because the games are going to be late this week. And Omar's saying he was a good player, just couldn't stay out of trouble. That's too bad. That is too bad. All right, on that note, let's get into the trivia, y'all. I really appreciate everybody being here, and it's been a little bit. You guys know the rules. I want y'all to write as complete of the answer in the chat as quickly as possible, and whoever writes it in, it's all by time, will get the points for the answer. Now, all the points today are worth 25 points, so for each answer. Now, please, if I ask a question that asks for a team name, I want the city and the nickname in the answer. Don't just give me the city and don't just give me the nickname of the team. Give me the whole part of it because it does matter in questions for today. You will need to put the city and the team name. And if it's any kind of name kind of thing, it's always good to just put the full name. I don't want a last name because there are a lot of players in the league that have the same last name. And that goes for this first name too. So we need full first name and last name, and we need team name and nickname also for answers. So just so you know ahead of time, because I if you give me half the answer, I'll give it to whoever has the full answer first. Okay. All right. Question number 1: Jamal McGlure, Classic Jurassic Trivia, baby. It's Tuesday. All right, let's go. What is Jamal McGlure's middle name? You guys know the first question. Well, you know this is always the first question. And Shanky is here. I knew Shanky was here and was lurking. It is Dane. That's right. His middle name is Dane. So his name is Jamal Dane McGlure. It's a very interesting middle name. It makes me think of Marmaduke. But, hey, it's cool. Dane. Is it like Danish or what is it? I don't know. It's his middle name. That's all that matters. And I ain't messing with it. All right, good job. Shanky is on the board. We'll have to see if David is here. What country did Jamal McGlure's family emigrate to Canada from? What country did Jamal McGlure's family immigrate from to come to Canada? Kareem has got it. It is Trinidad. Kareem Thomas is in there first. Yeah, Steve thought it was Jamaica. And I was like, bro, no, it's Trinidad. And yeah, there you go. And Jamal was actually born here in Toronto, guys. He was not born in Trinidad and then moved here like somebody like Chris Boucher. He was actually born in Canada, in Toronto, after his parents moved from Trinidad. So there you go. Good stuff, Monique. Good to see you get in there. I'm gonna give you the points too. All right, Mo's on that one too. All right, what numbers did Jamal McGlure wear in the NBA? He wore two different numbers his whole entire career. What were the two numbers on his jersey when he played in the NBA, guys? Shanky wants both of them. There you go. Shanky is on it. I'm telling you, Shanky is after David Saborin, and Shanky is not going to be stopped, is what I'm seeing. All right, Monique, you're in there too. I'm going to give you that one too, Monique. How about that? All right, Monique's getting the points on that one too. But Shanky gets them too. And good job. 21 and 20 are the answers. Good job. I am Shanky. And good job, Omari. You got one of them. All right, let's see. Fourth question. What part of Toronto did Jamal McGlure grow up in? What part of Toronto? I'm just looking for the borough. It's kind of like with the Welcome Toronto jerseys this year. Which one of those boroughs was Jamal growing up in here in Toronto? Which one of the boroughs? Tom Duke is on it. That's right. I just wanted the general answer. You know, Steve thought he grew up in Thorncliffe, which is actually South Don Mills, and that's wrong. It's wrong. Just in general, we're saying Scarborough is where he grew up, and Tom Duke is in there first. Good job, though, Shanky. You're right behind, but you have a lot of points already today. So we're going to see how we give Tom Duke his quota for today. Maybe he'll get another one. We'll see. Fifth question. What Toronto area high school did Jamal McGlure attend and play basketball for? What is the name of this? Is the one Stevie knew right away. He knew all about this. And Omari does too. I knew one of you guys, either Omari or Kareem, would get this one for sure. Eastern Commerce is the high school that Jamal McGlure played for here in Toronto, and very successful at Eastern Commerce. I think he was a player of the city, at least player of the league or player of the high school all together. Holy crap, he was good. All right, sixth question. Good stuff. I love seeing all the answers in. What is the mascot of Jamal McGlure's collegiate alma mater? What was the mascot of his collegiate alma mater, the school he went to for university? Omari's on it again. Wow. And that's why he is called the Big Cat, actually, Shanky. It is the Wildcat. And Omari Parsons is getting this one. That's right. That they called him Big Cat because he played for Kentucky and he was the biggest guy on the team. So they just started calling him Big Cat. Well, it stuck. And he is still the Big Cat to this day from Kentucky. Wildcats. That's right. The question is Wildcats. Raymond Jacob with the answer dog. You know what? I'm giving you 5 points just for creative comedy. So, you know what? You can get secret points apparently in this game. And Raymond Jacob is getting secret points, a secret 5-point play for comedy answer dog. Because I just love that whole phenomena of Chris Boucher talking about dog. Yeah, wahoo, yahoo. Yeah, there you go, Raymond Jacob. That makes up the difference between you and Tom Duke right there. All right, let's keep going. Although he did get one answer right already. So let's see. All right, next question. What team drafted Jamal McGlure and at what pick? I need the full team name, y'all. Remember, I said that. What team drafted Jamal McGlure and at what pick was he drafted? So, yeah, there you go. Who is it? Who was the team and who drafted him? Omari saying New Orleans Hornets. Wrong. Charlotte Hornets 19. Kareem Thomas has got it. Kareem got in just before you, Shanky. So good job, Kareem, getting on the board here today for a couple more points. So I'm giving them both to Kareem on that one. Yeah, Charlotte Hornets, draft pick number 19. Yeah, good job. Steve got that one. He got the Charlotte part. All right, next question. What team was Jamal McGlure playing for when he was named an NBA All-Star? What team? I want the full name once again for this one. What team was he playing for when he was an All-Star in 2004? New Orleans Hornets. I know you meant Hornets, Horners. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner. I'm going to give it to Omari Parsons, even though he misspelled Hornets. We know exactly what he means. So, Omari, you're in there. The spell correct sometimes can do that to you. I know. And I won't cause that cold that against. Look at how Kareem spelled Charlotte. See, spell correct's out of control. It's out of pocket. Look at that. It is out of pocket. That look at the spell correct on Kareem there. Charlotte. Charlotte. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, he was an all-star, Tom, and he was the leading scorer for the Eastern side in that 2004 game. He scored 19 points in the all-star game. So he was a one-year all-star in the NBA. Yeah, we're learning stuff today. This is what we do on the Raptor Freak channel. We educate. We do not denigrate unless you're a Raptors hater. Yes. All right, let's keep going. All right. This is a free-for-all, y'all. So y'all be ready. Listen, and I want the full names once again, the full team names. What are the 5 other teams than the Raptors and the Hornets that Jamal Magloire played for when he was in the NBA? There are 5 other franchises that Jamal Magloire played for other than Toronto and the Hornets in both cities. Okay, Shanky's going to get the Nets for writing it out completely. You guys got to write the whole name if you want the points, MSJ. I'm sorry. Because that's just the rules right now. Bobcats have already been named. Portland Trailblazers is going to go to Michael. Good job, Michael. Good to see you on the board today for Portland. For Michael Borland. Okay, Dallas Mavericks is right. Shanky, you're going to get Dallas. Okay. Monique, I'm doing the same thing with MSJ. I want the full name, but I'm going to give it to MSJ since he wrote it in there. The Heat. And there's one more left. Let's see. Okay, Kareem's got the other one. The other one is Milwaukee Bucks. Good job, Kareem Thomas. Being very thorough, getting the Bucks, Raptors, Hornets, Miami, Nets. Yeah. Okay, so the 5 teams were Milwaukee Bucks, Portland Trailblazers, New Jersey Nets, Dallas Mavericks, and Miami Heat. Those are the 5 other teams that Jamal appeared in their jerseys while he was playing. All right, next question. Question number 10. We all know his Big Cat nickname. What is his other nickname? Did you guys know he has a second nickname? It's not as well known. It's more around the team with the players that he plays with. They will call him this, not the fans. What is his second nickname? Not Big Cat. It's another nickname that people call him. Brown Thunder. Interesting guess, Mike. That's wrong. MSJ Doja. That's hilarious. She was funny wearing all that red with the sparkly, and then what the fuck was that lion head that Kylie Jenner had or something? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with celebrities these days. Hugh is here, and Hugh's gonna get it. Look at this. Hugh came in. His nickname is Jam, a play off of his first name Jamal, and his teammates would call him Jam. So Hugh Direction is getting the points. I said the full name just because you got the points. That's a pretty funny joke, but yeah, Jam is the answer. Good job. Like to see so many different names scoring today. We're going to get some good movement on the standings with what's going on with this Raptor Freak Trivia. All right, we still got a good bit of questions, so let's continue the fun. Yeah, Jam. Yeah, they call him Jam. I thought that was a weird nickname too. I didn't know that either, Kareem, until I was researching this yesterday. All right, here we go. Question number 11. What CEBL team is Jamal Magloire vice president and senior advisor to? What CEBL team is he vice president and senior advisor to? Scarborough Stars, that right in there. Omari, yes, the Scarborough Shooting Stars, partly owned by Drake. Yeah, he is the VP and senior advisor to that team. And I love it. The Lakers, yeah, right, Peak Shack. That's the dog from Men in Black. The Stars, the Shooting Stars is right. Oh, look at Monique just put SSSS. SSSS. Shooting Stars. That's right. Yeah, and MSJ knew that one too. Nice. Well, I'm giving it to Amari. You got in there first, and he didn't need the shooting part. I'll take Scarborough Stars. That kind of fits what we're doing here. All right, next question. What did Jamal Magloire use as a megaphone during the 2019 NBA Finals when the Raptors beat the Warriors and won a championship? What did he use as a megaphone in one of the games? A cup. Yeah, Mike. It was a paper cup. And Mike's getting one. Mike's on the board today. Logical Raptors fanatic chiming in and getting points here today. Yeah, it was a paper cup. There's kind of a lot of memes about it now. There's a meme about it. It looks like a little McDonald's McCafe brown cup. And he's just like using it to talk real loud. Yeah, it was a cup. It was a cup. Gatorade cup. Well, I think maybe it was a Gatorade cup. I don't know. I couldn't see it. His hands are so giant around it. But yeah, this is his iconic picture of him with the cup. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hey, Ahmet's here. He likes to play the trivia. He showed up for trivia. You still got some time to get some of the points. No, there's still there's 6 more questions still, so you can still get on the board. And good to see you. This is Ahmet Gaming, right? The same guy, right? Okay, good. All right, let's see. What player got punched in the nuts by Dante Jones in the 2016 playoffs when we were playing the Cleveland Cavaliers? And then Jamal came in the next day at shoot around and talked trash to Dante Jones about hitting this player in the nuts. And then LeBron took offense, and then LeBronto happened. Yeah, that's kind of how it went down. There was a game in the series. This player on the Raptors got hit in the nuts by Dante Jones, and then Jamal started talking trash at practice the next day before the game, and LeBron heard him, and it pissed him off, and he went off, and he kicked our ass and put us out of the series. Did you guys know that happened? That was part of what happened with that Cleveland series in that year? Yeah, pretty bad. Michael, you got it. It is Bismack Biyombo. That is who got hit in the nuts. And Michael Borland, you're getting the points. Good job. The first guess. I like to see that we have such knowledgeable Raptor fans that go back to that era and remember the nut punching. And that Jamal kind of incited LeBron after that by making jokes about it at the shoot around the next day. See, sometimes he does get us in trouble with his talking trash. Sometimes I'm like, just be quiet, big cat. Please, just be quiet. I'll read the Slam article about this real quick. The Toronto Raptors suffered a humiliating 116-78 defeat Wednesday night in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Cleveland Cavaliers had a bit of extra motivation after hearing some chirping from Jamal Magloire, of all people. The 38-year-old former center, officially listed as basketball development consultant community ambassador for the Raps, was apparently making light of Dante Jones's groin punch of Bismack Biyombo that resulted in a 1-game suspension. Nevertheless, Cleveland was extremely confident heading into the matchup. During pregame individual shooting, Jamal Magloire, Raptors assistant coach, started cracking jokes in the direction of the Cavaliers about hitting below the belt. It was supposedly intended as a lighthearted shot at Dante Jones' low blow of Bismack Biyombo at the end of Game 3. However, a few of the members of the Cavs didn't find him to be funny at all. It was viewed by a fan who witnessed it as the retired player trying to fill the void of being the Raptors' enforcer from behind the bench. Yeah, James, speaking to reporters from the postgame podium, was responding to his question about him, saying he had a sense of calmness at shooting around earlier that day. It's just been very calm about the whole situation, understanding that our guys knew what we did and what we didn't accomplish in Toronto. So yeah, he's saying that added fuel to his fire. We don't need that kind of a fuel to the fire. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Fiercey Salsera. Trivia is fun. It is fun. It's fun and silly and crazy. Drake pissed Kendrick off. My bad. Okay, we're going to keep going here. Good job, Michael, getting that one. What player declared Scotiabank his house after Jamal Magloire said it was from the bench repeatedly? Who turned around and said, "No, it's my house"? Good morning, Kendrick James. Good to see you. Who said that is that? Dylan Brooks. Yes, Raymond, there's your points for the day. That's a Dylan Brooks question. I had to add him in here somewhere just because he had something to do with Jamal Magloire. There's no Trae Young question. So no, there's no Trae Young question, guys. That's Dylan Brooks for that one. All right, we got 4 more questions, y'all. So be ready. How much money did Jamal Magloire make over his 12-year NBA career in NBA contracts? How much money did Jamal Magloire make over his 12-year career in contracts? $5 million is too low, Kareem. Raymond Jacob. 21 is too low, Kareem. 10 is too low, Raymond. 39. Shanky went and looked. Shanky got it. It's $39 million. Now, if you think about that, isn't that so crazy with today's salaries and contracts that over 12 whole years, the most money an one-time All-Star made was $39 million. I know that's still an incredible amount of money, but in today's NBA, that is like 1 year for a top-tier superstar right now. For whole 1 year, for the whole 12 years. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, Kareem, I'm going to say about the Trae Young thing. I'm talking about when Dylan Brooks did this last year, not this year. The Trae Young thing happened this year, and then the second Dylan Brooks in our house happened here. But Dylan Brooks did this house thing last season. So it was like last year. I would take 39 million anytime too, for sure. But it's crazy how the money has changed in just this short period of time. Because Jamal finished in 2012 his career, and he only made 39. Oh, no problem, Kareem. We just want to make it all actual and factual as possible, so that we're credible. All right, next question. What summer Toronto event is Jamal McGlure a band leader of the Toronto Revelers at? What summer Toronto event is Jamal McGlure a band leader of the Toronto Revelers at? Yes, Omari's in there quick. Caravana. That's right. Omari, you're quick on the draw today. I'm digging it. Good job on the trivia today. Omari's cleaning up a bit here. It is Caravana. It's a very important event to him. He really does embrace his roots, his Trinidadian roots and island culture, and he loves that event. In fact, it's something he's been involved in for a very long time, and that he is kind of one of the unofficial kind of grand marshals of that parade every single year because of his band leadership of the Toronto Revelers group. And that's just so cool and so fun, and it's very cool. I like it. Yeah, Caravana, that's right. Yeah. Well, this is the thing, Raymond. I'm telling y'all, these guys, it's not even that he has a 5G connection. He has a connection. These guys have connections to Jamal McGlure. Like Kareem Thomas was saying, these guys know him, know his family. So they have a little bit of an insight here. They really do. See, Kareem plays with the Revelers every year. Like he's involved in this group. The question was just asked about. So there's a little bit of a home advantage going on today with some of our residents of the GTA. And that's just how it is. All right, these last two are kind of a free for all, though. So they'll be very interesting to see who gets these. What player in the NBA played the most games with Jamal McGlure as a teammate during his career? Who did he play alongside and playing games with the most over his whole entire career? What one player played in the most games? Shanky, you must have went and looked at it because that is right. It is off the wall and a little bit out of the way. PJ Brown. PJ Brown played a long time for the Hornets and happened to be there at the same time when McGlure was there with the Hornets, and he played the most games next to PJ Brown. So they were kind of a forward center combo. So yeah, it's PJ Brown. Good job, Shanky. I'm surprised. See, somebody got it on the first try. I'm like, they went and looked. They had to go look. I was like, sometimes I'm hoping, there'll be a lot of guesses, but boom, right off the top. Oh my God, I was going to say PJ Tucker because I couldn't think of Brown. Well, you were close. It was like a PJ. You're like, oh, it's PJ. It's PJ. What PJ? Tucker? No, that doesn't sound right. And you don't think of PJ Brown. Like he's a very forgettable player in this league, even though he's a very underrated good player, but you don't really think of PJ Brown. You don't. You really don't. Logical saying Shanky caught onto you doing it last time. He's in the type. Well, they know. Listen, that's part of it. Is you guys know my sources and you can go find them. That's fine. I do try and I want you guys to do this off the top of your head if you can. But I understand some of these questions are ridiculous. And if you do really know these questions off the top of your head, well, kudos to you. But some of these are ridiculously hard, and research is necessary for some of them. So it is an open book trivia. And I can't stop anybody from going and finding it early or doing that stuff. That's why I put the picture up of who it is right before I come on, because I don't want anybody making a cheat sheet like last night or this morning before I start. It's like I got to really be hiding who I'm doing the trivia on because I don't want any pre-research. MSJ saying there's no way people knew that in 2 seconds. That's what I'm saying. This is the thing. Shanky's been playing trivia this whole season and understands when I'm going to ask questions and actually knows some of the questions I'm going to ask. So they have them ready. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. In fact, in some ways that benefits the people who are here all the time because they know this the way the trivia goes. But yeah, you're right, MSJ. There's a lot of this that people would not know right off the top of their head. For sure. Kareem saying, no, I knew he played with PJ forever in Charlotte. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see the inverse, guys. What two players did Jamal McGlure play against the most in his NBA career? There are two players that were tied 31 games against him over his whole entire career. Two players in that period of time. Shanky knows them. Shanky knows Ray Allen is one of them. That is right. Ray Allen is one of them. And I think Shanky's being nice on the other. No, Shanky went ahead and got the other one too. Yeah, Shanky knows where to find them. That's fine. That's fine. Because in some ways, you know what? Listen, I want this season to be competitive. And David Saborin has this incredible lead over everybody, and Shanky is the closest person to David. So I want Shanky to catch up to a degree. So yeah, those are the two answers. Ben Wallace and Ray Allen were the two players that Jamal played the most against his whole entire career. So there's the trivia, guys. Good job. Shanky really killing it today. I will add up all the points and I will add them into the totals for the whole season, and I will post them in the comments shortly after we finish the stream. So stay tuned and you can see where you rank if you got some points today, if you're on the scoreboard, and see where you're at with in the whole thing. Shanky is a Google master. It's just really, if you know where my sources are, you'll figure it out. Raymond Jacobs saying, time for a new lightning bonus challenge round. Points are 100. Yahoo! Raymond Jacob, you got 5 secret points for dogs, so don't push it. Logical saying that bobblehead is wanted bad. Yeah, it's weird, man. I know it's kind of ripped up, and I got it from a friend who just gave it to me out of the blue. Like, he was like, I think you would want this. And he got in my car one day when I was picking him up. Or no, I got in his car. He was the one driving. I didn't have a car at that time. And he had this in his car. And he's like, I want you to have this. And I was like, what the is this? And I was like, is that Shaq? And I was like, oh, it's Vince Carter. And I was like, oh, this is weird. I've had this for about 10 years. And I'm like, I don't really, I don't know. It's a nice artifact to have as a Raptor freak and just have around the house. But in some ways, I think it's a great prize too. And that's why it's a prize for this trivia this year. Last year, it was a JYD practice jersey that G won in the first season of Raptor Freak Trivia. And he did get his jersey and he got some cool basketball cards also. So there's always a prize on here. And then, of course, the prize for the Fantasy Basketball League, the Yahoo Fantasy Basketball League. We'll look at that again real quick. Is this beautiful UNC Tar Heels Vince Carter jersey signed. See, there's the signature, and it has the certificate of authentication that comes with it. Yeah, this is whoever wins the Yahoo Fantasy League. So Kareem, Omari, you guys that are up near the top with Tom Duke, Raymond Jacob. Yeah, this is the prize for Yahoo. Right now, Tom Duke is online to get this jersey. And hopefully we can make it easy if he comes to Toronto near the end of the season. Maybe I can just hand it to him in person. That'd be fun. All right, let me see what else you guys are saying. Go Team Shanky. Yeah, Tom's on your side. And Kareem's saying, add my score to my Yahoo Fantasy team. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let me see if there's any more that I want to go over today. Not really. It's a slow news day in Raptors world. In some ways, that's good, especially right now because this is trade period. And I don't know if I want any news. No news is good news. How about that? And I ain't got no Raptors news for y'all, basically. So this Kings won last night against the Grizzlies, and they've won 7 of their last 8 games. So this is going to be a big test Wednesday night, going to Arco Arena or whatever the fuck they're calling it right now. We're going to play the Kings tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday night. So I'll have the preview tomorrow for that game. But yeah, they're pretty hot right now. And a lot of what people are saying about the Kings right now is that Mike Brown is running Steve Kerr's offense for Golden State better than Golden State does right now in Sacramento. And that he's saying that he's using the exact same system as the Warriors, and he's doing a better job of it right now currently. It's pretty interesting. Let's see. Logical saying, I'm more into jerseys, not going to lie. Baseball hats, I feel, should be baseball teams. So, yeah, I actually don't have bobbleheads. Okay, Mike. All right. Thanks. Oh, man, they have been hitting threes like mad. That's right. Last night, they hit 22 3-pointers against the Memphis Grizzlies. And this is something, listen, in some ways, all right, they have Sabonis down low. He's going to be a bull. We know who Sabonis is. He's very much a bull. And then they have all these 3-point shooters like Kevin Huerter and Fox and all these other guys. Well, that's the thing. We're going to have to watch both parts of it. Like Dominus Sabonis could be a real problem for us with our problems down low with guys getting double-doubles. And then, yeah, we really got to watch that 3-point line for sure. Yeah. Kevin Huerter, damn, Monk, Murray. Yeah, they have a team. And they're really on the rise. So we can't take this lightly. In fact, think about the way they beat us here in Toronto already this season. It was a very close game. And it's one of these games we wish we could have taken back and had a better chance to win. well, we get a second chance at them in their arena. And that's kind of in the way that Kyle would have framed it as the captain of our team in the years past. He's like, y'all, they came into Toronto and they kicked our ass. We need to go to their place and kick their ass in the inverse to make it even and to make it right. Because there's an injustice. They came and beat us by 2 points here in our arena last fall. Well, we need to go in their arena and beat them to even it all out. That's what I'm saying. Light the beam. What is with this light the beam thing all over the place? All over, like Philly was doing it in the beginning of the year, and then Sacramento was talking about lighting the beam. It's like, what the fuck is this beam shit? We have those spotlights, those beams that come out of the Air Canada Center too sometimes. If you're downtown Toronto, you could look towards the lake and you may see these spotlights waving around in the air, the beam, because we have them at the Air Canada Center, Scotiabank too. Yeah, we have them on top there. Precious wants bonus a bonus. I hope we just, Precious is going to be badass. Hopefully tomorrow night. I hope so much. Ahmet is saying, I want the Kings to win so they can light the beam, but I want the Raptors to win. I don't want them to light no beam. We want to beat them. Forget all that. We need Rico Hines to just tell us all their tricks and just open up the brain trust of what's going on with the Sacramento Kings. Rico, come and tell us everything that we need to know about them since you were assistant coach for them a couple years last. Yeah. It's some type of tower they have outside their arena. Yeah, I don't know what this beam talk is. It's like bing bong to me. It's just like, okay, these teams have weird things in their culture right now. Bing bong and light the beam. Okay, go ahead, have your beam. Go do whatever you do with your beam. Is this like Star Wars? You guys got lightsabers or something? I don't know. Is this a tractor beam? I don't know what the fuck they're doing with beams. Oh my gosh. Raptors should light their beam. Yeah, we got to light our beam up real quick out on the West Coast. We'll light that beam so lit up that we can see it from Toronto. That's what I want to see. Yeah, a beam on the West Coast where the Raptors winning. Put a W in this city, go to the next West Coast city, put a W in this city, a beam in each city, and it just stays there permanently. I love it. Tom Duke saying, in the spirit of Jamal being a trash talker, what did you think of Shannon Sharp versus the Grizzlies? Yeah, we touched on this a little bit the day after this happened, but in some ways, some of the same parties that have been involved with Jamal are involved in this, and that's Dylan Brooks and his massive trash talking mouth. He's always talking trash, Dylan Brooks. He can't help but talk trash right now. In fact, this is something like we should talk about with today's NBA and the current state of basketball. Trash talk. Is it just integral to the game? Is it just part of it? Is it harmless? Is it something that just adds to the entertainment of the game and that fans enjoy it and that the players have fun doing it in the game? Or can it be problematic? Can there be issues with it? Is it a bad role model for young people and the way they act in their games? They see an NBA star act out of pocket in an NBA game and they say, oh, that I want to do that in the next game that I play in my little league that I'm playing in. This is what we got to think about and stuff like that. I don't know. Trash talking is very much becoming a subject right now with Scotty Barnes talking about how he likes to trash talk and that people enjoy it. And then, Kevin Durant tweeting a video of these youngsters, these third graders talking trash and acting out of pocket as little kids, not good sportsmanship. And Kevin's saying, yeah, those kids are being taught right. And I'm like, are they really? I don't know. In some ways, sports is supposed to teach people values, and not just for sports, but for life in general. And that in some ways, your character is how you carry yourself on the court. And that, the trash talking, sure. I mean, if you're very, very good, if you're like Larry Bird and Michael Jordan, and you can back it up and you really want to trash talk like that and do that kind of stuff, and if it's fun, sure. But if it's ostentatious and very big and peacocking, kind of like very much a spectacle, and it's kind of like you're humiliating other people, and it's, I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, Charles Barkley, you guys are role models. And as we can see, people are going to mimic y'all. You do anything, people are going to mimic it and try it out. You wear a certain piece of clothing, somebody's going to want to go buy it. You say a certain saying, you're going to have 1,000 people saying it the next day. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of power of influence in NBA players, and that they need to realize that if you want to, the sport changes over time. Well, you want to pass down the values and important things about the game to the next generation. And I don't know if this is a value or something that you want to pass down to them that's just like a part of this is just how it is. because I can see all kinds of places where this could be a very bad thing. Where like, look, the NBA, there's officials, it's TV, everybody can see what happens. And, anything gets too crazy, there's going to be security and there's going to be refs involved. But in other levels of sports, below collegiate basketball, there won't be as many people around and tragedies can happen. I'm telling you, especially in the United States, where we talk about there's a prevalence of guns and the accessibility in heated moments when people are upset can make things very dangerous. So I don't know. Maybe I need to get off my soapbox right now. But I just felt like talking about this a little bit as far as like the whole trash talk thing. I think Shannon Sharp's a horrible role model. And the way he was acting, listen, that whole incident that happened between the Grizzlies and Shannon Sharp was really way more like Vince McMahon's WWE than like a real argument or anything. It was partly just for show. It was partly just for Shannon Sharp's name to get into the press more in the media, to get more notoriety, because they were not actually angry at each other. There was a lot of just peacocking and acting. That whole thing with Steven Adams, he wasn't coming over there to fight him. He came over there to show his lustrous hair and throw it around a little bit. And yeah, they were never ever going to come to blows. That was all WWE bullshit. Seriously, these guys were not actually angry at each other. They were just talking trash, and like, as T. Morant said, South Carolina people will do. That's just a part of what they do from where they're from. And Shannon's from the same place. So yeah, it was all an inside job. It was a work. It wasn't a shoot. Let's just put it that way. It's a work, not a shoot. Yeah. All right. Let me see what else you guys are saying here. Kareem's saying California is in disarray. Raptors should be able to steal one. I hope so. There's a lot of teams out there that are kind of, the Clippers have their problems that they always have. The Lakers, the Warriors aren't the same anymore. The Kings are the best team in California in some ways. It's crazy. So what a weird time that the Sacramento Kings are the best team in the state of California right now. Very weird. At least either the Warriors, the Clippers, or the Lakers would be above them. No, this is how upside down this league is this year. It's really crazy. Flick your own beam, man. Yeah, bro. I love that, Omar. T. Morant. Yeah, it was pretty funny. It's like, yeah, this is just what we do. It's like they were hugging right after it. They're like, oh, this is so funny, bro. You were so funny with talking so mad at Dylan and everything, and like, yeah, let's hug. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it was fun to yell and make a spectacle, even though we're not mad at each other. Past California is everything. Yes, you go, Mike. That's where we're heading. Past California. Here we come. Tonight, we'll be there. MSJ saying, I agree with you. A basketball player is a person who puts a ball on a hoop. That's all. And to think it's important to the world, guys like Sharp or kidults about their own importance. Yeah, well, that definitely was just like, let's get some more publicity. Shannon and Skip, they say crazy shit and they do crazy things just to get the publicity. And Skip gets a lot of it for just saying stupid out of pocket shit. And now Shannon Sharp's getting it for being at a Lakers game and trying to fight the Grizzlies. Tom's saying, cheers, Lex. Great take on trash talking. Maybe not great to have in your personality. I don't know. I think it is to a degree. Like the very, very great ones have it. But it really is like, listen, we didn't really know that Michael and Larry were talking so much trash on the court. It's very under their breath and just kind of like talking in like changes in the game. Like when they're coming to bring the ball in or he's coming up the court, maybe he'll say something, but it's not very overt. And it's not like we all picked up on it. We only found out later because former players that played against him or with him told us the stories about what Larry would say. Like, I'm only going to play with my left hand this game and I'm going to beat your ass. Or I'm going to this spot in the corner and I'm going to make a shot. And I'm telling you, I'm going to do this and you can't stop me in any kind of way. I'm just going to go do it. That's kind of the way he would talk trash. And Michael is the same way. It's really about my skill is going to beat you. And in some ways, the trash talking now is more like juvenile and not as specific. It's more like, this is my house. This is my house. Or like, oh, I'm the best. Or like, that's the thing. And it's way more overt. So it's like in some ways they're inviting the crowd into the privacy of the trash talk on the court. And that's why it's a little different too. Like it used to be all very in-house and private. And it wasn't like you were talking to the press or talking to people about it openly. It was, yeah, Michael talks trash, but there was no real specifics often. People may tell about a certain incident that he said this and then he went and did this. But for the most part, it was all very secret part of the league. and not so out on blast or on ESPN every morning talking about this person said this and this. That's part of the difference. And I don't know. I think the best players will talk trash to a degree, and there's nothing wrong with it to a degree. It's just all the extra circus shit that happens. And also, if you piss the wrong person off, there could be a fight. There could be some sort of ugliness that comes out or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, it's just part of the sport, and it's extra stuff is crap and takes away from the game. Yeah, Mike, I agree with that. And which doesn't take away from the game happening at the moment. Yeah. And Tom's saying, I like Scotty saying he didn't talk too much. I agree with it for sure. Just like lots of things in life, all things in moderation. Yeah, and it may be Dylan Brooks is too much of a trash talker. In some ways, he's a little overt with it. He's very overt with it. Like you see it, and you can tell he's like dogging people out and yelling at them. I like Dylan Brooks. He's a Toronto guy, but still, in some ways, he bugs me and like rubs me the wrong way because of his brashness and how crazy he is on the court in some ways. Now, Scotty is good. I think it's going to be good that he talks trash and he's measured with it. It's not like he's just going out there and talking out of pocket. He has to back it up. And that's part of it too. It's like if you're able to talk trash, that means you're doing well enough that you can back it up. And in some ways, we want Scotty to talk a lot of trash because that means he's doing really good. If that makes sense. So anyway, all right, we're just coming up on an hour. I want to finish up right now. I appreciate everybody joining me today. If you like the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I promise I'll be here every morning at 9:30 a.m. with some sort of content. Tomorrow is a preview for the Sacramento Kings game. First game of this West Coast road trip we're on for 2 weeks. Hopefully we can start it off right. This may be the toughest game of the whole road trip. The very first one in Sacramento. It would be very interesting to see. Thank you, Mike. W Stream, and check out Logical Raptors Fanatics YouTube channel. Always good stuff. He got the 100 subscribers the other day, and it's a good milestone, Mike. You keep climbing with your young channel. You will get more and more over time, I'm sure. All right, let's go Raptors, Fiercely Salsera, and everybody have a great day. Let's go Raptors!